and good afternoon to you. The national business bodies were calling for this cut. The bookies certainly expected a 0.5% cut such as we've seen. But what we've been picking up this morning in Perth was some scepticism about whether a cut was going to be a good idea. There's concern even from business about what's going to happen for savings. There's concern also about the panic measure that appears to be from these repeated deep cuts in interest rates. It doesn't boost much confidence in the market. We've got a property market here in Perth which has seen a fall in the past year of over 15%. Very telling though, the number of transactions down 78% because that confidence simply isn't in the market. And we're joined again by Alistair Anderson, who's director of the Perthshire Solicitors Property Centre. You now know it's a 0.5% cut. Is that going to help at all in the property market here?
Well, I don't think so, Douglas. We certainly welcome any cut in rates, but we have got total stagnation just now, and I don't think the purchasers out there are going to be drawn back into the market simply by that rate cut. Probably more that they'll be worried that this is another aspect of the global recession which is restraining the property market. And until they see that easing, then I don't see we're going to have house price rises. If you imagine a purchaser out there wanting to buy, and by the time he comes to settle his transaction, the price has dropped by 10, 20, 30,000 pounds. He's not going to welcome that. So he's not going to go out and buy until he has confidence that the prices are going to rise again like they did in the past.
So what would your message be to the banks? Is this now something they should pass on in full, or are you concerned also about savings rates?
Well, I'm not so worried myself about savings rates because I don't have very much in the way of savings. But as far as the property centre is concerned, yes, the banks must free the logjam which they created at the tail end of last year. They must make mortgages easier to come by for the purchasers and make the rates attractive.
Now, what other elements could there be? Maybe stamp duty cuts that might get that confidence that you're talking about back into the market?
I really don't think that'll help. The pathetically small attempt that the government made last year had no impact whatsoever, and I really don't think that stamp duty is the problem.
Now, one thing we may see as a result of this is a further weakening in sterling, particularly against the euro. Lower interest rates means people move out of sterling, though of course euro may cut next week as well, its interest rate. But a fall in sterling could be quite good news to places like Perthshire. Tourism is very important here.
Yes, it is. We rely heavily on tourism in the Perthshire area. There's very little in the way of heavy or even major light industry here, and any increase in the tourist trade will be most welcome by all the citizens of Perth, I'm quite sure.
Okay, Alistair Anderson, thank you very much indeed. From the Property Centre here in Perth. Somewhat unimpressed by what's happening here in the market. Confidence is what they need back into the market, according to people here in Perth.
All right, thank you very much, Douglas Roser in Perth.
Let's move to our main headlines on that, of course, dominating this hour. The Bank of England has cut its interest rate by 0.5 percentage point to 1.5%, the lowest level since the bank was founded more than 300 years ago.
The Lebanese government has condemned the firing of several rocket